Hi everyone. You haven't seen me in a while. I've been busy, but I had been hinting about coming back. I don't know if anyone actually follows me on Facebook. It's about the only place I even really do anything social media wise. I haven't really shared a video in a very long time, but I wanted to put this video up to announce kind of it's a sad-ish thing, but it's also it's the right thing that I've decided to close down my online fitness business. And so that means no more videos, no more workouts, no more programs, except for a very select few one-to-one clients. If you do want to continue working in that capacity, I do have a very limited amount of spots, like 3 spots, where I can have people who have worked with me for years, or if you've ever wanted to but never got around to it, then I'm still offering that. So you can email me at marianne@equippedwithstrength.com. But I just wanted to say that it was over 15 years ago that I started this channel. In all its iterations, it started off as My Oh My TV, and back in those days, it was just a completely different online world that, and not only like just the online scape has changed so much, but my life has just taken me on one big adventure, and I feel like I've always just been 1 or 2 steps too slow to pick up the same momentum as I had way back in the first few years. And it's that the fact that I even started this channel has taken me. It's only because of that I am even where I am now. And I have a family, I have a husband, I have a wonderful life here, and I'm so happy that I took those risks at the time. And so I don't really think of it as a failure. I think it was a part of life. And I did shoulders in the gym, and now my phone is even too heavy. But I wanted to pop on here. I don't know if it will even come up in many people's feeds because it's been so long since I've done anything. The algorithm is probably not picking me up anymore, but that's okay. That's kind of what happened, right? You kind of have to learn. This is kind of a side point for anyone starting out. It's very hard to get your head around it. If you started way back in 2010 or so, there was an algorithm, of course, but it was much more authentic in the sense that words overused, but you could just connect with people, and then people really enjoyed. You were only talking to one audience, whereas as time went on, you almost had to become more savvy to the audience that is a social media machine. And so playing that game is not me. That feels so like puffed up and too much planning and sort of forethought going into like everything you say and everything you do and all the stuff and all your thumbnails and everything, all the keywords and all that stuff. I can't be bothered with that stuff, and so that's probably what put me off. It was just too many things that I didn't like doing, and I just wanted to do the thing that I liked. And so this is a warning to anyone getting into the game that you kind of have to become a little bit of a social media puppet, especially if you want to build a lot of momentum. It's not that you can't make a successful business only reaching a select few. Of course, that's basically what I did. My reach was always fairly small. It wasn't gigantic or anything, but I was able to make a business work, and until life kept happening and I just focused on that. So there are people who can do it all, and somehow I managed to keep everything, all the dishes spinning in the air, whatever, they juggle everything, and I am not that way. I am a focused kind of person. I don't like to switch mode very often. I am very linear, I guess is the word, in terms of like what I'm doing. And so it was harder for me to switch mom mode, work mode, mom mode. So I much rather be in real life and with the kids and not have to think about, oh, I have to do all this stuff online, and I have to write these emails, and now I have to do a video, so as much as I loved that, as much as it was almost the air I breathed for like a few years at the beginning. My life was much simpler then, and I was not, I don't have the same responsibilities, and I'm grateful for that time. But as you know, as I'm trying to say, it's basically time to move on. Now, I do have an announcement to make that over the next few weeks, I want to celebrate. I want to say thank you for everyone who followed me, who you know, came along and even supported me by buying my programs, and I'm very grateful. So we're doing a closing down sale. It's like a closing down celebration sale. So everything is basically cut, prices way down. While new purchases can't be made after the 23rd of June. I'm going to shut the front door, but anyone who's already anyone who's a member will have lifetime access. So all of the offers are lifetime, and that means that I will keep the websites going for as long as possible. And that means and it doesn't mean that after that the content goes away. It means that I will transfer content elsewhere to a platform for you to access there. I don't like breaking my promises, and I said this content will be available, and I will make sure that it is somehow, some way, I will do it. And for the foreseeable future, at least the next 2 years, the website will be there and everything will be in it. I like, you know, the user experience is important. So if you're used to knowing exactly the workouts that you like to do, you want to go see these, and there's all ways to filter things out. That's what I want. I just want it easy to get and easy to use. And so I'm going to keep it there as long as possible. So that sale is going to be running from now all the way up until sort of the end of June. I do believe it is the 23rd. And so after that, that's it. I can't accept any new members after that date. But anyone who is inside, while I won't be actively uploading or actively there as such, the Facebook group support thing will not be there anymore. But if you run into difficulty, there's comment areas on the websites, but also you can email me. And it's not like I'm disappearing off the face of the earth. I'm just making a conscious effort just to step back and not make any sort of active effort to market, to sell, to coach, all of that stuff, bar the minimum things that I've decided to keep doing. So I want to know you to be reassured that I'm not just abandoning my existing customers. I always hate that, like when people businesses will make such great offers for new people to come in, and then they don't extend any benefits or perks to existing members. So people who are in there are going to be looked after, and anyone who's been in there for a long time will know that I do as much as possible, and I keep my word. And if I can't manage to do something, then I make it up somehow, and that's just the way that it feels right to me. So I really hope that, to be honest, the more people that can buy now with this last sale, the longer the websites can stay up. Like there's an overhead for these things, but like I've managed to cut a lot of the trimmings off that aren't needed, and I will be making the video editing, or the video hosting will change over the next basically early next year. But that still means that there is a minimum cost to keep it going. So there is that advantage that if people buy now, then I can keep it open longer for those people who've bought. So you're investing in keeping it open, as well as getting the content and getting those programs. If you've ever wanted to buy, or you wanted to look at the other things, you can go to the link that is in the description below. It's Closing Down Shop. And it's all like Pull Up Academy. You've got Equip with Strength full membership there. You've got Back to Fitness series, which is already inside Equip with Strength membership, but you can buy it separately as well. So if you go to the link below, you'll see all of the programs, and obviously there's Get Glutes as well, which is an 8-week program. And you can buy them all. Like the cost is so low now, so you can make a bundle if you like, and get that. But I really appreciate everyone who's followed me over the years. And over the next couple of weeks, I think I'll make a couple more videos, like a nostalgic sort of farewell tour, so to speak, of everything, sort of over the last 15 years. Like, I don't know, where did all that time go? And so I'll be back between now and the end of the sale, but I hope that you can go check out the page. And you know, if you have any favorite workouts or any favorite memories, then you feel free to share in the comments. And if you've done any of the programs, then and you have good things to say, then you can comment as well. And sort of, if anyone's wondering, then they can look at that. But I do put a lot of thought and care into creating programs that I think are realistic for real people to actually do, and to not feel bad if you don't do everything perfectly. So that is always what's in my mind. I like to help people build in plan B, you know, all sorts of contingencies, and maybe I overthink things, but I want to make sure everyone can get something from the workouts that I put out there. So anyway, so as I don't ramble, I want to say again, thank you very much for following, and I shall chat to you soon. See you in the next video.